What if one look could stop a deadly predator from attacking you? No weapon, no shelter, just you and something watching from the trees. You can't see it, but it can see you. Most animals would immediately run. Others would freeze. But humans often do strange. We stare back. That simple act, looking directly into another animal's eyes, can completely change what happens next. Sometimes, it can even stop an attack. Why? Why does something as simple as eye contact make even dangerous predators hesitate? The answer goes back millions of years, long before cities, before farming, before civilization itself. Back when humans lived among predators every single day. In the ancient world, danger was everywhere. Lions, leopards, wolves, hyenas, large snakes, crocodiles, even giant cats that no longer exist. Humans weren't the strongest. They weren't the fastest. They didn't have claws. They didn't have thick fur. Compared to most predators, we looked like easy meals. Yet somehow, we survived. Not because we could outrun predators, but because we learned to understand them. Every predator hunts in a different way. Some rely on speed, some rely on strength, some rely on surprise, but almost all predators share one important rule. A successful hunt begins with an unaware victim. Think about a house cat. Before it pounces on a toy, it crouches, moves slowly, waits. The moment the toy sees it, the surprise disappears. Big cats behave the same way. Lions often stalk until they're only a few meters away. Leopards hide inside bushes. Tigers disappear into tall grass. They want one thing: to remain unseen. Because surprise saves energy, running wastes energy, fighting wastes energy. A failed hunt can leave a predator exhausted for days. That's why predators constantly calculate risk. Every hunt asks one question: is this worth it? Eye contact changes that calculation. The instant prey looks directly at a predator. Something important happens. The predator realizes, I've been detected. Its greatest advantage is gone. Now the prey may run, fight, call others, or prepare to defend itself. Suddenly, the hunt becomes uncertain, and uncertainty is expensive. Scientists studying large carnivores have noticed this repeatedly. Many predators abandon stalking once they realize they've been seen. Not because they're afraid of their eyes themselves, but because being detected ruins their strategy. Humans learned this without science, generation after generation. They observed nature. Hunters noticed animals behaving differently when watched. Gatherers noticed predators hiding after being spotted. These observations became survival knowledge. Some tribes even developed traditions of facing dangerous animals instead of immediately turning away, because turning your back can trigger pursuit. Many predators instinctively chase fleeing prey. Movement activates ancient hunting instincts. That's why running from certain predators can actually increase danger. Standing your ground sends a different message. It says, "Kay, I know you're there." And predators pay attention to confidence. Confidence often signals strength. In nature, weak animals avoid confrontation. Healthy animals defend themselves. Predators don't want unnecessary injuries. Even a broken tooth can mean starvation. A damaged leg can end a hunter's life. Every attack carries risk, so predators constantly search for the safest meal. An animal acting alert, watching carefully, standing confidently, looks far less attractive than one that's distracted. This is why many prey species evolved remarkable eyes. Look at antelope, deer, zebras. Their eyes sit on the sides of their heads. This gives them nearly panoramic vision. They can detect movement from almost every direction. Early detection keeps them alive. Humans evolved differently. Our forward-facing eyes improve depth perception, perfect for throwing, climbing, and reading tiny facial expressions. But they also allow powerful direct eye contact. That becomes surprisingly important. Among many mammals, a direct stare isn't neutral. It's communication. Wolves use eye contact to establish dominance. Dogs understand human gazes. Chimpanzees interpret prolonged staring as a challenge. Even domestic animals react differently depending on where you're looking. Eyes reveal intention. Looking directly at someone says, "I'm paying attention." In the wild, attention changes everything. Consider crocodiles. They often wait motionless near riverbanks. If prey never notices them, the ambush succeeds. If prey spots them early, the attack often never happens. The same principle applies to countless ambush hunters. Snow leopards, jaguars, lynxes, even many birds of prey, surprise matters. Eye contact destroys surprise. Humans eventually took this idea even further. Some farmers painted enormous eyes on the backs of cattle. Others placed eye-like markings on masks worn behind the head. The idea was simple. If predators believed they were being watched, they might hesitate. Remarkably, in some places, it worked. Researchers testing painted eye patterns on livestock found fewer attacks from certain ambush predators. The predators weren't scared of artwork. They were responding to the possibility that their target had already noticed them. Nature itself uses fake eyes everywhere. Butterflies have giant eye spots on their wings. Fish display eye-like patterns. Caterpillars inflate markings that resemble snake heads. Some moths suddenly reveal huge fake eyes when threatened. These illusions confuse predators for just a few critical seconds. Sometimes, a few seconds are enough to survive. Humans instinctively recognize eyes faster than almost anything else. Your brain notices faces in clouds, electrical outlets, rock formations, even random shadows. This tendency is called pareidolia. Our ancestors benefited from spotting eyes quickly. Missing hidden eyes in the bushes could be fatal. Predators evolved similar sensitivity. Both hunter and hunted constantly searched for each other's gaze. It became an evolutionary arms race. See first. Or be eaten. Of course, eye contact isn't magical. Looking into the eyes of every predator won't keep you safe. Different species respond differently. Some predators ignore eye contact entirely. Others may still attack if hungry enough. Wildlife experts often recommend specific behaviors depending on the animal involved. For example, backing away slowly while facing certain large cats can reduce the chance of triggering pursuit. With bears, recommendations vary by species and situation. The point isn't that eye contact always works. The point is that awareness changes predator behavior. A predator wants control. When you show awareness, you remove some of that control. Humans became exceptionally good at signaling awareness. We communicate with posture, movement, voice, eye direction, facial expressions. Together, these signals tell others exactly what we know. Long before language, our ancestors probably relied heavily on these silent messages. One person noticing danger could warn the entire group with nothing more than a sudden stare. Everyone followed the eyes. The predator lost its advantage. Groups survived, children survived, knowledge spread. Over thousands of generations, humans became experts at reading attention. Today, you can feel someone's gaze across a crowded room. Your brain constantly estimates where other people are looking. It's an ancient survival system still running inside modern minds. Even predators participate in this silent conversation. A lion watching a herd. A wolf studying elk. A hawk scanning fields. Every hunter asks, "Have they noticed me?" Every prey animal asks, "Where is the hunter?" Sometimes the answer lies in a single glance. So why do predators fear eye contact? Not because eyes are weapons, not because staring is magic, but because eye contact announces something every predator hates hearing. I see you. And once the hunt is no longer a surprise, it becomes a gamble. For an animal living one successful hunt at a time, a gamble is often not worth taking. The next time you lock eyes with an animal, remember, you're taking part in a conversation older than humanity itself, a silent exchange that has shaped life on Earth for millions of years. Sometimes the most powerful survival tool isn't strength, or speed, or sharp teeth. Sometimes it's simply letting the hunter know the hunter has already been seen.